It's Coffee Talk on FM 94.7 and AM 1450 KBKW, and it's time for the Insider Report with Everett Hughes, and it seemed like a short week. Here it is Wednesday already, and it feels like it should be Tuesday.
It does feel like it should be Tuesday, but it is Wednesday.
That's right, so it makes for a shorter week.
Which means Friday's coming quicker than usual.
Now, what's going on? Anything special happen or of note?
Well, now here's what I want everybody in listener land to understand. That these offer and compromises and all these cases that you hear about, everybody's going to do it for you quick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we just got the acceptance letter on an offer and compromise, okay?
Yeah.
Here we are, August 2012. The whole case started in March of 2006.
So what happens in the interim here? I mean, people are just like on eggshells or what?
Exactly.
Wow.
You know, Doug, you couldn't have said it better. That's exactly where they've been, on eggshells. Because first we had to do all the tax returns that hadn't been done.
Uh-huh.
And this assessment came from Code Section 6020B. They hadn't filed the employee tax returns, so the IRS made up the balances, and then they assessed them against both officers. But we had to do all the tax returns, and so we got all that done. And then in August of the next year, we actually started on what we thought was going to be the offer and compromise for the stockholder that we felt was responsible for the screw-up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this went on for a year, okay?
Right.
And he passes away. Well, you can't collect from the guy that's no longer here. So now we spent a bunch of time dealing with the IRS to keep the IRS away from the surviving spouse. And finally, we did a bunch of time and effort on that, and we were successful. So, not to be daunted, the IRS now turns back to the former stockholder partner person and went after them. And so now, here we are, doing the offer and compromise for stockholder partner number 2.
Now, what happened here is why didn't they file? I mean, they brought this on themselves, didn't they, or not?
Well, they did, but that's
Okay.
not the point.
Oh, okay.
Actually, the point is, the guy in the field thought the guy in the office was taking care of it, and the guy in the office had the bookkeeper who he thought was taking care of it, and all of a sudden the bookkeeper went south, and they realized that there had been 7 quarters that nothing had been done.
Oh, so it's not really their fault per se.
Well, it wasn't due to their total negligence, okay, but the event happened, and the IRS expects the money from whoever those corporate officers are. That's just the pecking order.
Okay.
So that's where it started. And so finally we did the second offer and compromise. The first one, it was in appeals. And when the fellow passed away. And now we started on the second one, and that one's been a couple of years. We've been working on it, and we sent it to appeals. But finally, after 6 years on this case, and the whole point of this story is, listener land, sometimes this stuff takes this long. Hang in there.
Okay. Now, how much money are we looking at here?
Well, we're looking at over $300,000.
Oh, then that's part of the offer and compromise. You're going to have to cough up $300,000.
That's the total indebtedness. They settled for $60,000.
Well, that's a deal, I guess.
Well, yes, it is. They settled for $60,000. But the whole thing has been, I mean, here they talk about eggshells. I've spent a lot of time with both couples, and, you know, it was a really convoluted deal. And finally, and everybody in the meantime can't do anything. You can't refi anything. You can't even have a life because you've got all these tax liens hanging around your life.
Well, we are out of time, but if you need advice like these people had to get, give Everett a call at 533-4131, and don't forget about that website.
EverettHughes.com.
All right, well, you have yourself a good week.
I'll do my best.
All righty. Bye-bye. Righty.